Hello, everybody, and welcome back to day 25 of the road to 2K on chess.com. Last time we got back over 1800, so we're sitting at 1801. We'll jump into our 10-minute game for the day. And it looks like our opponent is going to be a 1808 from India. We're going to lead. We get the white pieces once again, which is nice. Our opponent plays the Scandinavian, and actually somewhat okay. So our opponent opts to go for this, which is definitely suboptimal. I think the idea is if castles are going to meet us with that. Oh, and we got a little bit of a buffer. Now if I go here, we'll fight castle and he goes here. Do we have knight here? Maybe not. Do we have a way to trap the queen? What if we play h3? No, I think that only works if it's on this side. So if we go up and we tempo away the queen, queen comes up. We got to defend the knight. This is interesting. I really don't want to give up this pawn. And I don't know why it's stumping me so bad to see my opponent play like this. If I play bishop here, is there anything? I don't think so. Rook here. Queen over. Ooh. Bishop here. If queen takes. If here. Well, sorry. Bishop here. Queen takes. Rook g1. Queen to h3 is forced. We have this check. Are we picking it back up? So let's go ahead. Let's set a trap. I don't think it's correct, but it's interesting enough that I want to play it and see what happens. And our opponent sees our idea, which is fine. Now, after all of that, so our opponent can't castle. Do we play bishop back? And then ideas like, well, actually, if we go back, is our opponent going to meet us with this? I don't think they can. So maybe we play queen to e2 first. Let's give this... How do I want to do this? Let's give this check first. Blocks with the knight. If we go here, what if we take? Rook takes bishop, queen takes. Queen takes knight doesn't quite work because we have queen takes. If we come back now, are we threatening anything? I don't think so. Queen here, queen takes. Kind of a tough position. What about this? Let's go rook g3 first. And that might be working. I don't see any safe squares for the queen to go. I think we're just winning a piece. And we're punishing our opponent really for their lack of development. So our opponent goes for a counterattack. I don't see why we wouldn't just take here. Queen takes here. It's ugly, but we're up material. And I can even just take this off. So he's threatening here. He's threatening to come into the position. So let's play bishop to e6. And now our opponent is just trying to play very, very fast. Let's play bishop back. Then b5 is coming. What about knight out? Pawn takes, king up. I think we're good. You can take off the bishop. I don't think you want to. Does this not just win another exchange? I mean, material is somewhat equal now. Let's play d4. It's going to be a very messy game, but I think we're actually doing just fine in regards to the position itself. And if we want, we can win the bishop pair. If I go with this check, do I have anything? Let's maybe play d5, actually. I don't know if it does anything yet. I'm just trying to force the issue. This now is no longer possible. And it feels like we're just storming in the position. So, I like this position for us. It's a little bit of a funky one. Our opponent goes there. If we go check, let's hit him with the check. Check here. Maybe a4 to play a5. And you will notice I'm pretty far down on the clock right now, which is why I'm trying to play a little faster. But I'm still trying to take enough time that we're not just making silly mistakes. If I go here, I'm threatening this bishop. This is stuck. This is now a threat. Even better if you try and make a move to save the bishop so everything's active at least. Well, I can't win this because my king is here. But it looks like mate is like trying to get in the position immediately. So check. Here, back. King goes up. Knight comes in. One piece at a time. We're going to bring all of our pieces into the attack. After check, this is forced. There's like almost a mate here, but not quite. I think we play bishop back to knight here. Is there a way to get in the position? Let's maybe play bishop f4. threatening knight to c7. Yeah, I thought that was the move. But what about this check first? Yep. We pick up a rook. This bishop is still in a bad spot. The knight has really no escape. And I think being up all this material, I'm actually just fine trading into this position. It's not the most clean, but I think we got it. We got 2 minutes left to convert this. Here, let's play bishop to c4. Fair enough. We're going to bring our king all the way back. Is there a way for me to defend that? I'm going to go king to g2 first. King to h1. My king is cut off, but I think we're doing fine. Let's play rook to f1. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to push that pawn and start walking our king up. h4. And are walking the king into the position. Now that actually traps the rook, so we're going to go right here. And that should be... Oh, what did I miss? Ooh, okay. Did we just hang another pawn? Shoot. Pawn up. That hangs another pawn. And we're panicking a little bit. We are low on time. Yep. We're going to take off this, threatening to come around and win this pawn as well. There is no way to defend that pawn. But I'm trying to figure out, is there anything tricky? I don't think so. So we're going to give up the pawn with check. And now it's bishop and pawn and rook versus 4. So let's give a check. We're going to advance the pawn. And the rook is untouchable on this square, which is probably one of our few benefits in the position. I think here we maybe even... Do we ever block? I don't think we do. And now if you ever want to trade off that rook or the pawn, you have to do it at the expense of the rest of the pieces. So we're going to go here. And we have 40 seconds left to convert this position. And it is on us that we did play this a little bit sloppily, unfortunately. I did just give this up for some reason. Probably not my best way to go about that. There's no check at least. And our opponent blunders that. There's no way to stop this. And now we have 30 seconds to win the rest of the pawns. It should be a pretty easy conversion. But I am probably going to be a little quiet just to make sure I don't flag again for I don't know how many times. If I go here, there's no way in. And our opponent is allowed to do whatever. It is their right. The rook is next to the king, so all these pre-moves are fairly safe. We're going to go ahead, we're going to cut the king off, make a small box. Let's put the rook there where it's defended by the bishop. And we're going to walk our king to the opposite side. All right, we're going to walk the king in. Let's make a move here. I'm panicking in time pressure, which I know has never happened before. And I don't know why I'm panicking so bad. I know there's a quicker way to do this, but especially when I'm panicking, it doesn't make it very easy. And my move didn't send to the game, so that's fun. We draw. Let's look at the game review. So we played with a 72.2. Our opponent played with a 74. Out of the opening, I thought we played this right. Apparently D4, I forget, was the best move. We found this idea to win a pawn. And after rook to G3, we got into this position, which we should never lose. After bishop to E6, knight to G5, we did hang a pawn, unfortunately. Then we lost some material, but even then, we were able to understand that we were winning. We kind of forced our king into the opponent's king into the corner, which I thought was very, very strong, and we found a way to just straight up win the rook. And we traded down into this endgame, which was not the easiest endgame to convert, which is kind of on us. But after this, when we thought we trapped the rook, we were wrong. And I think what we should have done instead was probably like rook king to E4. But very quickly, we just hung everything. And pretty soon, it was looking real bad for us. But then we got into this position here where we were able to, our opponent blundered his rook. We got all the pawns. And then even in this position here, I just panicked and I couldn't find checkmate, which is embarrassing for us, again. And then after I finally got my senses together with 4 seconds left, we walk our opponent all the way to the edge. And here, I thought I pre-moved the last few moves, and I guess I didn't. So we ultimately played with the 72. Like I said, these are the moves. We played with the 1550. Our opponent played an 1850, and we get a draw, so we at least stay above 1800. A little frustrating game, but that's okay. With that being said, I'll go ahead and I will see you guys on day 26.